Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MJ Innocent podcast. I'm your host, Moonwalker Tanya. I do apologize for being absent the past week. I have been dealing with some things that have been bothering me for the past year, and I became very emotional, and so I just needed some time. And I still need time, but there's a lot of videos that I've been wanting to make, and obviously, defending Michael is what I do best. Okay, so there is a lot of information that I need to share in this video, so if I forget to mention something, I will write it in the comments after I upload the video. Okay, so recently, Taj Jackson tried to make a complaint against a newspaper called Mail on Sunday, who published an article in April claiming that Wade and James were requesting the nude photos of MJ's victims, also known as child pornography. Oh boy. Unfortunately, Taj's complaint was rejected by the IPSO, which is known as the Independent Press Standards Organization. So we're going to break it down to the best of our capabilities. All right, so here we go. So Taj said in his complaint that the article was basically saying that the estate accepted the alleged content in the files. And he also accused the newspaper of breaking the editor's code by not contacting the Jackson family for comment. Now, the IPSO said that... actually, wait, let me step in and... Okay, so what happened was, in response to what Taj said, first, the newspaper said that obviously the allegations have been reported for decades now, which is literally no excuse. And, and that any reasonable reader would know that when Michael was alive, he denied the allegations, and now the estate is denying the allegations. And the reasonable readers would know that they are allegations and not fact. Okay, so here's something funny, okay? I've actually been accused of my channel being one-sided because I don't say anything to defend the accusers. But here's the thing, though. I say what the accusers say. I give you the facts that defend Michael. If there was something to back up the accuser's claims, I would say it. Now, obviously, I haven't read the article in question, but I'm not really quite sure what Taj meant when that they were alleging that the estate accepted that there were nude photos in the files. But I do agree that it was wrong for the newspaper to not contact the Jackson family. And because obviously the media, they've always tried to mute the Jackson family. Because remember, even after the mockumentary, Brandy Jackson was supposed to do some interviews with some big platforms. But when they found out that Wade dated her during the same years in question, when he was alleging that he was taught to hate women and not trust women, all of her interviews were canceled, except the ones who were willing to listen. Yeah. So obviously we know that the media has there's been like a very small amount of people in the media who actually care about the truth when it comes to Michael, unfortunately. So this doesn't surprise me at all. But here's something funny, though. Do you remember when I said that the newspaper claimed that any reasonable reader would know that the estate denied the allegations and that the allegations are not fact? At least not yet, which they wouldn't be in this situation. But seriously, let's say that again, okay? Reasonable reader would know that they are allegations. I was laughing my ass off when I read that. and I just want to give a shout out to MJ Vibe. I can't remember if I've already said that in this video because this is like the 10th time I've tried to make this video, so I apologize. But yeah, when I read this on the website, like I could not control myself because, I mean, yes, if you've done research, then yes, you would know that they're just allegations. But if you're like the media or an MJ hater, you know, you are not a reasonable reader. Let me make that very clear. So that was hilarious. You know, because the media has always been like, if we keep telling this lie, eventually people will start believing it. When really all it does is just irritate the people who have done research. Okay. So when Taj Jackson's complaint was rejected, the IPSO said that the article clearly said that they are allegations, not fact, and that they did not break any editor's code of contacting anyone on the other side that might be involved in this situation, which, I don't know, it's kind of messed up in a way, just because, you know, it's kind of like if the Jackson family did, I mean, they have done interviews where they would say that Wade and James, you know, they're after money and stuff like that. But then other people in the media would go to Wade and James and ask them about it. So, you know. But here's something, though, that I would suggest. Because I think it's sad that the newspaper did not put in the article that the FBI said in 2016 that no child pornography whatsoever was found at Neverland Ranch. The only pornography that was found at Neverland Ranch was legal adult heterosexual pornography, such as Playboy, Penthouse, etc. But nothing that was inappropriate. Now, when I first heard about this, before I knew that Wade and James were alleging that Michael had nude photos of boys, at first I thought that this was like regarding those stupid art books. Oh, those stupid art books. And obviously, those are the number one things that MJ haters love to bring up to try to point to guilt. But here's something you have to remember. Those art books in question are not child pornography. They are art books. Now, do I personally approve of naked children in art books? Absolutely not. And I heard somewhere that the person who made those art books in question, that they are allegedly a pedophile. Now, an MJ hater told me that, so obviously I'm not going to take it seriously until I look into it. But, I mean, if those art books were inappropriate in any way that it would be illegal, then Michael would have been in trouble. And if there was child pornography of any kind, whether if it was, like, I don't know, like tapes or whatever, photos, the FBI would have found them and Michael would have been in huge trouble. He would have been arrested on the spot, you know? And just so everyone knows, for those of you who haven't done research, I mean, they took his videotapes, his books, his computers. I mean, you name it. They took it and they tried to look for anything that they could use against him, and they found nothing. And like I just said, in 2016, the FBI said that they did not find any child pornography of any kind, you know? And even though the MJ haters love to bring up those art books, here's something you need to understand. Michael did not, he did not purchase those books. I even got into an argument with the evil MJ hater Roxanne about that. I wrote in her comments on one of her videos that Michael did not purchase them. Someone sent him those art books in the mail. And she replied, "Wow, you are so delusional." Okay, so the fact that I'm telling you the truth makes me delusional. Nope. Okay, so one of my friends in the community wonders if someone sent Michael those art books to try to set him up. I personally don't think art books like that should exist. But, you know, the fact that Michael didn't purchase them, you know, I mean, now if he purchased them and, like, you know, then there would be a little suspicion there. But that's not the case here. And when his security guards would always go through his mail for Michael, you know, I think maybe they should have looked into it a little bit more and maybe got rid of the books just to be safe. Because even though they're just art books and anyone can have them, you know, I don't know. That's just my opinion on those books. But yeah. So as far as this whole thing with Taj, you know, I mean, I know he's doing the best he can to defend his uncle, you know, and I have a lot of respect for him. And even though the newspaper did say that these claims against that Wayne and James have been making about these alleged nude photos of boys, I still think in order to make it fair, they should have said that in 2016, the FBI said that nothing child porn related was found. So either the newspaper editors didn't know that, or they just didn't care. But anyway, after that, Taj went to social media and said, even though this didn't work in our favor, I'm going to keep fighting for my uncles no matter how rigged the system is against us. It's time for the media to be exposed for spreading these lies and holding the media accountable. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about this article? Do you think the IPSO did the right thing by rejecting Taj's complaint? Because obviously, I think there could have been a better way. I mean, yes, like I said, the newspaper did say that they were allegations. But in my opinion, that newspaper was one-sided compared to this video alone. So that's just my opinion, but I mean, like I've said many times before, until there is a law in the U.S. to protect the dead, the media is not going to stop doing this. So, all right. So hopefully I didn't forget to mention anything, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you soon.